What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to another beautiful day over here at Skiff land. As much as I want to be out on the IPB skiff chasing some redfish, as much as I want to be out on the Sea-Doo Fish Pro chasing some tuna, as much as I even want to be out on the Arian 17.5 cruising down the street towing one of these things, this video is going to be about none of those things. It's finally time that I do a follow-up on the 3-part series of me being scammed by a government auto auction website. Unfortunately, there's only 2 parts of the 3-part series still on the channel because the dealership involved in the whole scam ended up being all sneaky and snaky, trying to get all 3 of the videos taken down and flagged and strikes to my account. They were only successful getting one of them taken down and 1 strike to my account. It's absolutely ridiculous, but part 1 and part 3 are still there, fortunately. But I'm going to get into everything. I'm going to walk over to the whiteboard and try and put it all out there. Gotta say as well, it took a long time for me to finally post this video because it took a lot of time for me to get my money back. Now that I have my money back and it's all safe and sound, I feel like I can talk a little more freely about this because nobody's holding my $9,000 hostage. And I really am posting this video because I don't want this to happen to you either. I want to say it's been months. I don't know exactly how long it's been. It's been at least maybe closing in on 2 months. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to check the receipts. But that's how long my $9,000 has just been out there and not in my bank account. So let's get into it. The last thing that I'm gonna say about all of this before I get into it is that I did my best to go talk to them face to face about everything, and they did the exact opposite. They never talked to me once about the videos that were being posted. They never sent me a text, the email. They never even answered my calls when I tried to talk things out with them. They just went the sneaky, snaky way, getting my videos removed and flagged and striked. So, not my favorite kind of guys to deal with. I much prefer the face-to-face interaction. It keeps everybody a little more humble. I guess because a lot like some of the haters here on YouTube, you feel a little more free to say whatever you want without the risk of being cracked in the chin. So I'm just gonna start going here. My money is gonna be where it all starts. My money, bingo. My money was distributed, bingo, to, I'm not gonna use the real names of these businesses because I'm gonna try my best to not get flagged or be at risk of being flagged or whatever. So I'm gonna try my best to kind of save myself here. Let me try and get the best angle possible. I see the glare in the background. So my money was distributed to boofdeals.com via wire. And that was $9,000 and some change, a little more than $9,000 was distributed to Boof Deals. Boof Deals is supposed to distribute it to the third party or whoever is actually selling the vehicle. You're not buying a vehicle from boofdeals.com. Boofdeals.com is just the middleman that is facilitating the deal between you and, let's call it, Half Sales 180. Yeah, boofdeals.com is just facilitating the deal between you and Half Deals 180. And then they are supposed to give me my truck. So let's talk about where things went wrong. My money was distributed to boofdeals.com very fast. On my end, I did everything that I was supposed to do within the time frame that I was supposed to do it. So that is a check. Boofdeals.com distributed the money to Half Sales 180 appropriately. Check. Boof Sales, Half Sales, whatever, 180 was supposed to give me my truck, and somewhere things got a little bit blurry. Let me explain how that happened, or how they twisted the system to be allowed to let this happen, or something. It all started one breezy summer night. I was laying in the bubble bath, cruising this government auto auction website, looking for a good deal on my next truck. Lo and behold, I found one. It was the exact truck that I've been looking for a long time at a really, really amazing price point. For context, I would be in this truck about $9,000 plus fees and whatever, but I'd be able to sell the truck the next day if I wanted to for $13,000 or $14,000. And that's usually not how it goes, especially with a truck that is not wrecked or have any major issues. It's just good to go, ready to go. There was even a video about how good it was. I put a bid on it. The auction was actually ending the next day, so I thought I might be able to just snipe this thing and get it for a really good deal. Get the ball rolling, maybe pick it up in the next day or two. This truck was supposed to be in Jacksonville. That's where I'm located, Jacksonville Beach, Florida. So I thought everything was going great. I thought I just snuck in there and got a really good deal on a truck. Next day comes along. I get all of the information sent to me as far as the wire that I need to send. I get a long list of repercussions I'm going to have to face if I don't send the wire because I already won the bid on the truck. So I was getting bombarded with, this is what's going to happen if you don't pay up. You don't want this to happen. You don't want it to happen. You'll be banned from any government auto auction sites in the area. You're going to be in big trouble. So with all of these cautions and warnings thrown at me, I said, let me get my wallet. Let me get all my information out and send a wire as quickly as possible over to boofdeals.com. A big check mark right there because I did everything that I was supposed to do in the time frame I was supposed to do it. They said, give us about a day and we will be in contact with Half Sales 180 and we will confirm that they get the money and then they will release the truck to you. It's going to be really simple. You can go and pick it up as soon as those funds are cleared. I said, okay. I start telling my wife, where do you want to go to dinner in the new truck? I'm excited. I got this new truck. We're going to have nice heat and leather seats. We're going to have seat heaters. We're going to have all the luxuries we've been wanting in a truck for some time now. She said, let's go to Longhorn. Ooh, okay. So I'm already planning things. I call Half Sales 180 and I say, hey, I'm just confirming I bought a truck on boofsales.com. I just want to confirm that everything is moving in the right direction with you guys so I can come and pick up the truck today. They say, everything's going good. Yeah, we got the money. What time do you want to come pick up the truck? I say, well, I'm on your schedule, brother. I'm free all day. Just let me know. And they say, okay, we're going to get the truck ready. We're going to put some tire shine on it and move it out front for you. I say, well, this is just music to my ears. I thought this was going to be a 2 or 3 day thing. And you're saying I can come pick it up day of? Everything is looking good. At the time, I was painting the warehouse. So I was just kind of listening to music, vibing, whatever. And I was up on the ladder and the music stopped for a second. I was getting a phone call. Get down off the ladder, come over to the phone call. And it's now a guy above the guy that I was previously talking to. Maybe he was just a front desk type of guy. And the guy who called me was actually, quote unquote, the owner of the company, I believe. If you go and watch the series, things got lost on that pyramid, but I'm not sure exactly who I was talking to, but this person was definitely levels above the first person I was talking to, and he let me know we're going to have to cancel the deal. And I was like, oh, really? Why is that? Because my money already went through. He said, man, we don't have a title for this truck. And I said, oh, really? Ain't that something? Because I was looking through the boofdeals.com rules and regulations, and they said you can't post anything without a title. So how'd we get here? He says, you know what? We just can't find a title, so we're going to go ahead and cancel this deal, and we're going to work on refunding your money. I said, well, dang. So what? The money's just going to go right back into my account today? He said, no. It might be about 24 hours, but if you don't get your money back, come up to my dealership and I'll write you a check personally myself. Oh, it seems so simple. I say, man, I'm actually really bummed because I really wanted that truck. There's no way we can get a title? And he's like, no, man, I'm sorry. And I asked him, I was like, oh, whoa. Well, aren't you bummed? Aren't you bummed that you got a vehicle out there with no title that you probably paid good money for also? Well, he didn't seem that bummed. And that raised a little suspicion in my eyes of, why are you not that bummed about this? Because if this happened to me, I would be furious. He probably thought, oh, he can just cancel the deal at wherever he bought it from. But I don't know, things get a little blurry through this whole situation. This is why I need to write things down on the whiteboard. I'm starting to forget where I'm at. Anywho, I get off the phone with him and I call my wife immediately and I say, well, I'm kind of peeved right now because I just got off the phone with the owner of the dealership that is holding the truck that I just paid $9,000 for. $9,000 is not in my bank account. Where's it at? It's in your bank account? Oh, it should be easy then. Should be easy. Oh, no such luck. I still have no truck and no money. And I'm talking to my wife, and we just sitting there talking back and forth, ping-ponging what's going on. I just thought, whoa, what are the chances that I got this truck for a little bit too good of a deal? Maybe this one just slipped through the cracks, and they didn't mean to sell it so cheap, because I noticed that as well. When I put the bid on it, I actually wasn't bidding against anyone. And that never happens. It was really late at night. Whenever I bid on something on a website like this, there's usually already a lot of bids. And if I do put a bid on it, I get outbid a couple times, and you put another bid, and then you get outbid. And that's how it always goes. But this particular situation, nobody was bidding against me. It literally seemed like it just slipped through the cracks. And I thought, maybe they didn't want to sell this truck that cheap. So maybe they're just finding a loophole on how to get out of this sale. So I start doing my due diligence. I call boofsales.com, boof deals, whatever, dude. I'm getting lost in this pyramid myself. I call boofdeals.com and I say, hey, just out of curiosity, is there any way to prove that this dealership does not have the title? Because they have my $9,000 and they're just kind of saying, never mind on the truck. This was a good deal for me. I won the bid fair and square. Is there any way that you can just verify that this is actually going on? Boofdeals.com customer service got mad at me for asking questions. Every single time I called boofdeals.com, I got yelled at. It was rough. Nobody knew anything. They all said I'm actually out of luck. They protect the dealership way more than they protect the buyer. It was actually a really rough experience. I think one time on video, I talked to somebody that helped me zero, but was still kind of nice at least. So that was a little bit refreshing. Boofdeals.com needs to really work on their customer service, especially when there's a lot of money at stake. Especially a lot of money, life-changing money for a lot of people, just up in the air. Especially around this time, man, it's around the holidays. What's going on? So I talked to Boof Deals. They say they can do whatever they want. They can cancel a sale all the way up until the time you drive it off the lot. And I was like, oh, well, that's crazy. They can just find a loophole, say, oh, the deal's off, and then just take it down? She said, yep, they can do that. And that really bothered me because I put a lot of faith into this particular government auto auction. I thought it was maybe a little bit harder to do scammy type stuff. Maybe just because the word government is in there somewhere. I don't know. Whatever. So I then go to the dealership and I start talking and prying around, just trying to ask questions on what's going on, because this seems like a situation where a lot of questions are usually not asked. This probably happens to a lot of people and they just don't even ask questions. They don't pry, they don't show up, they don't do anything, they don't stand up for themselves at all. Sometimes all you got to do is ask some questions. But this one, maybe somebody buys 6 or 7 vehicles on boofdeals.com and 6 of them go through and one of them they say, oh man, we just can't find the title. And they say, oh, okay, no worries, because I have a good experience with the other 6. So this one's probably just formality, no big deal. All right. So they usually don't ask questions. This is just my assumption, but I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to stand up for myself and I'm going to ask questions. So in the series, I definitely went to the dealership, and I was asking a lot of questions. This question would lead me to this guy, which this guy would lead me to this guy, which this guy would lead me to this guy, and the guy that has all the answers is never there. It was pretty rough. I tried my best to sit and wait for the guy who has all the answers, but when I got to the guy who has all the answers, things got even more murky. The truck that I was supposed to pick up that day in Jacksonville wasn't even in Jacksonville. I don't remember where he said, but it wasn't in the city of Jacksonville. So there was no way I could have even picked it up from the beginning, potentially. I mean, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what coming out of their mouth is truth or not truth, but I'm just taking everything in and just going from there. Just taking it one day at a time with these fellas. So they say the truck wasn't even there, whatever. So I go back home, and then I see people start sending me via Facebook Messenger that Half Sales 180 actually reposted the truck for sale for more money. Actually, the amount of money that it's probably worth. They posted it on their own website, and they kind of cut out the middleman. I'm not sure if they were doing that because they would probably get in trouble and maybe caught if they stopped the sale for the reason that they don't have a title, but then just reposted it on the same platform and just say, oh, we got the title now. Maybe they thought they were going to get in trouble for doing that or something. So they just posted it on their own website. This made me rather angry. So I take this information and I go back up to the dealership, and things were a little more closed off this time. It seemed almost like they sent out their biggest boogeyman to have a chat with me out front. Immediately was discussing, is this being filmed? Now, let me tell you, if you're a reputable dealership, I don't think you care if it's being filmed. You know what I mean? Just a simple conversation about a truck or any car on the lot for that matter. I don't think you should care. Anyways, he was very bothered by this. Still consented nonetheless, or at least didn't deny being filmed. He just let me know he was agitated by it. But I think they sent out their biggest boogeyman to kind of scare me off. But here's the kicker, brother. I think he messed up. I don't think he knew the full story of what he was trying to scare off even. Because he comes out and he says, oh yeah, that truck. Okay, yeah, that truck has been in the shop getting engine work done. So that's why we couldn't sell it. Oh. So 1, we lost the title. 2, it's not even in Jacksonville. And then 3, now it's in the shop getting engine work done. Which one is it, Boogeyman? Which one is it? When I said, oh, that's interesting because I was the guy who bought the truck, that's when he kind of closed up, got in his turtle shell a little bit and was like, whoa, is this being recorded? I'd like prior consent if this is being recorded. I'm like, man, this is just for my own safety, brother. Anywho, things get super murky. This is when they started going and flagging videos and striking my account, which was a bummer, but we got through it, and now we're back. Keep in mind, they still had my $9,000. They actually kept saying that boofdeals.com has my money, and that was not the case. Half Sales 180 had my money the whole entire time because Boof Deal said, we'll issue you back the refund when Half Sales gives us the money back. Things got real rough. Things started getting spooky because I started looking at the Better Business Bureau at Half Sales 180, their reviews from prior customers and whatever, previous customers, and things are not good. I want to say every single review other than the fake ones that they feed in there were terrible. The real reviews from real customers who had real experiences with these people, it was all terrible. It was all scammy stuff. And that's one thing. The reviews are rough, and that should scare you away already. But the replies to the reviews is what really set me off. Because even in the replies, they were calling the customers dummies, and they were calling them bad names and bad words and telling them that they need to get their act together before they come into my dealership, whatever. If you check out the Better Business Bureau, whatever, and check out the reviews on Half Sales 180, It'll tell you the whole story. Because at the beginning, there was a lot of people questioning, I don't think you got scammed. I don't know if you got scammed. I don't think they're the bad guys here. I think this is all just a miscommunication. Okay. I just encourage you to go check out Half Sales 180 on the Better Business Bureau and just check out some reviews. Maybe even check out the Google reviews. I haven't even looked yet. Those are probably rough as well, and they tell the story way better than I do. Anywho, it really didn't go anywhere. At this point, I was like, I'm not going to keep arguing with these guys. They seem like people who are in legal trouble quite often. So after some time being in legal trouble, you start to learn how to cover your own tracks, I feel. So chit-chatting with them doesn't really go anywhere. So I figured I'm just going to lay low. I'm going to have trust in the process, and I'm going to just wait for my money to come back. Oh, keep in mind, the guy that said, oh, I'll just write you a check. No, that didn't happen, because when I got there and I said, oh, okay, so you can just refund me right now. He said, oh, no, because I never got your money. Booth Deals still has your money. So I don't know why you say over the phone, oh, I'll just write you a check tomorrow if you don't get your refund. Oh, don't say things that you don't mean, brother. Everybody starts going ghost. Nobody's answering phone calls, whatever. This is when I really decided, let's just let things be. If I have to get legal involved, I will. Although I don't think it'll go anywhere, because companies like this kind of just rack up tabs with a lot of people around town, and then they go bankrupt and just keep it all. Shut down business and then start a new business with a new name. It's kind of the thing in this weird third party, like half sales type business platform, working with the middleman government auction type of deal. They have business names and whatever, dude. They got 17 businesses all doing the same thing under the same person. It's pretty rough, but that's how they cover their tracks and get to scam people. Anyways, it's been a long time. I was badgering boothdeals.com more so than I was this Half Sales 180. Over time, I started to get a little more agitated and a little more aggravated, because you guys are supposed to protect my money. I thought for sure that there'd be some type of safety protocol in this situation. If I give you my money, I believe it should be trusted that if you give the dealership money and they don't follow through with the deal and don't give me my money back, I think you should give me my money back. This is not my problem. This is y'all's problem. But boothdeals.com and Half Sales 180 both made it my problem. Now, this is a long time without $9,000. I think there was a lot of fees as well. Came out to a little bit more than $9,000. Long story short, it took a very long time of a lot of pressure, constant contacting Booth Deals to contact Half Sales 180. Constant contact over and over again every day. I abandoned ship on trusting the process thing. I was contacting these people every single day. All right? Because it's my money, man. I'm scared I'm not going to get my money back. And then what do? Because everybody on customer service, all the Booth Deals legal team, they said, you're out of luck. And it's rough. So after a long time of me pressuring Booth Deals to pressure Half Sales eventually gave Booth Deals the money back, which I believe they owed a lot of people money, and a lot of people started kind of causing commotion in the ocean, and I think we kind of scared Half Sales 180 into giving everybody their money back, which is fantastic. I don't know how it happened. I still have not talked to anybody from Half Sales 180. I haven't gotten no sorry note or nothing. I haven't even gotten anything from boothdeals.com. One day I just woke up and my $9,000, a little bit shy of $9,000 was just back in my account, which is fantastic. Now I can rest a little bit easier, but they still got all my fee money. So I don't know if this is like a Booth Deal scam, or if it's a Half Sales scam, or if it's all one big scam and everybody's in on it, because Booth Deals got to keep, I want to say, about $800 of my fee money. because I pay fees with the wire, and then I have to pay wire fees with the bank, and then I got to pay fees over here to get the, you know what I'm saying? All these sales tax and fees and this and that. All I got was the money that Booth Deals sent to Half Sales for the truck. I didn't get all the fees back, so they got to collect about $800 off me, and that makes me really aggravated. But I got the lump sum of the money back. It's rough. It's ridiculous. If you didn't know, this is just going to be an in conclusion type of thing. If you didn't know, boofdeals.com is just a middleman. You're not buying anything from the government. It's nothing like that. You're buying something directly from Half Sales 180. And boofdeals.com is basically just the little pin pad that you put your credit card into. That's it. Okay, so just beware of that if you ever get on a little kick of, I think I want to flip some cars or maybe go get a good deal for a truck myself. If you're thinking of this, just keep in mind that you put your money into this company's hands and you're just supposed to trust that they are going to do what they're supposed to do in giving the third-party dealership the money. And then you have to trust those people that they're actually going to follow through with the deal. You got to put a lot of trust into a lot of people that you've never met before, you've never seen before, and now you're going to have to put a lot of trust into people that I am already telling you could scam you and just make you be out of money for a while. I said in the last video, or one of the last videos, that, oh, even if I got my money back, oh, no harm, no foul, right? Even if I got it all back. No, sir. No, sir. Because if you know how flippers work, if you know how dealerships work, if you know how banks work, if you know how anything works, you have to use money to make money. The more money you have, the more money you can make. So if a company over here, like Half Sales 180, has an idea of how to make a lot of money, but they don't have the money to facilitate the deal for them to make a lot of money, maybe they can just go collect. They go collect a bunch of money from maybe a bunch of deals off of boofdeals.com. Let's say 1 week of auctions. They sell a bunch of vehicles. They collect a bunch of money. They have a huge lump sum of money. They take that money to go do deals. They never have to give people the vehicles at all. They can just say, oh, never mind, I'm not going to do it. I don't have a title or whatever. They can just make up their own excuse at this point, which Booth Deals made very clear. They can just do whatever they want. But they can just collect the money, don't have to give you anything, but they say, hey, we'll give you a refund at some point. And then they use all of this money to go get a really big deal, whatever it is, real estate, more vehicles, whatever. I don't know. It can be anything they want. But they use the money that they stole, they go make more money on it, and then they just give you your money back and they keep all the profits. I mean, that's technically how credit unions work and everything. They use your money to make money and then they give you your money back, whatever. But I mean, at least we get dividends. At least we get all dividends at the credit union. I didn't get anything off of this. If anything, I lost $800. So I don't exactly know what happened here because nobody talks to me. Half Sales 180 didn't want to chit chat. Boofdeals.com didn't want to chit chat. They're all making it seem like nothing happened here. It was just a title discrepancy and they're going to give you your money back. That's what they made it seem. I don't believe that is the case. I think there's a bigger issue going on here. This is the pyramid. That's the story. There's a lot of other details in the story, such as little trade secrets being told to me by the owner of Half Sales 180, where they're basically saying, if we don't get the money that we want out of the vehicle, we can just take it off right before the auction ends. That's what I'm saying, dude. There's no point of even trying to make a living doing stuff like this because the house always wins. And I think this was a situation where the house got caught lacking and I won, and they made it very, very apparent to not let me win. They did everything that they could to not let me win. And I almost had one over on the house, and I got absolutely crumbled in the process. So just keep all this in mind. It's been a while since I talked about this. Now that I have my money back, I'm kind of going guns a-blazing towards the situation, but I don't want to get any videos flagged. I don't believe anybody has any authority to flag a video here because I haven't said any business names or whatever in this video. I mean, dude, unless Half Sales 180 is actually a business and unless boofdeals.com is actually a business, I'm just going to put a disclaimer out there that I'm not actually referring to Half Sales 180 and I'm not actually referring to boofdeals.com. Those were just the placeholders for the real snakes in the grass in this story. I'm going to leave you there. A little bit of a rant, a little bit of an update. I've been getting a lot of emails in relation to this situation, so hopefully I answered any of your questions. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I'm sure I could have made this a 2 or 3 minute video, just summing things up, but a little aggravated with this one, so we kind of got out there. I'm gonna wipe off this whiteboard and then I'm gonna go sit down and cruise Facebook Marketplace and look for a good face-to-face deal on a skiff or something, or a truck or whatever. Dude, face-to-face deals is how I'm operating from now on. Dude, I'm not putting my money in anybody else's hands. Ah, man. Long time without $9,000, dude. I thought I was never going to get it back. To be honest, I started making a play here, making a flip here to try and recoup my $9,000 because I honestly made peace with the fact that I'm never going to get this $9,000 back, so I just need to go make it again. It is what it is, man. Scammers will always be scammers, man. And it's really, really, really hard to fight against them. But that's kind of what I'm trying to do now. Just kind of speaking up, putting more awareness out there for stuff like this. If I had it my way, boofdeals.com would have to really, really fix their infrastructure before they continue on. I don't know how many people have gotten scammed like this and didn't even know it. But now, if you have been working with boofdeals.com for a while, I reckon you go back and look through the books. See, maybe if you got one pulled over on you and you didn't even know it. I'd also love to reach out to somebody who has dealt with Half Sales 180, get them over to the shop and just chit chat about their experience. Or maybe we just team up and go to Half Sales 180 and just go undercover and try and buy a vehicle off their lot and just see what happens. That might be a fun little field trip. But for now, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to hang out, play with some toys here for a little bit, maybe drive the old tractor around the lot, have a good time. It is a beautiful day outside today. The weather is phenomenal. It's not too cold, but it's definitely not hot. A nice, chill, brisk breeze in the air. It's nice. So I want to do stuff outside. Man, I want to stand outside and throw a football. It's kind of what I want to do. But yeah, I'm going to leave you there. Man, I'm looking forward to chatting it up in the comments about this one. And I appreciate all you guys that were helping me out originally with this situation. It's been a rough one, but in due time, got some of the money back. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Well. Welcome back to the post-credits after party. I will say off the bat that this little segment that I did was a calculated scene right here to show off LA Boat Works. Cool guys. They sent me a really sweet lower unit holder thing so I can work on lower units. It just so happens that I haven't had a lower unit to work on, which is good. That's fantastic. But just know, whenever I have a lower unit in here that needs some work, the sweet lower unit holder, the mount that LA Boat Works. Hold on, I'm going to go get it. Because it actually is really cool. It's right here. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming back. It's really light. I think everybody should have one of these in their shop. I don't have a lower unit right now to work on. Brother. you rest the lower unit right in here, and you can work on it. Isn't this sweet, dude? The Skiff guy. Dude, everything about this is so cool. And I've been really waiting and waiting and waiting for a lower unit to need some service. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't have any lower units that need service. So this is a very like niche product that like you really need a lower unit that needs service to use this. So I can't wait for that to happen. I don't have one right now, but I wanted to show you guys this thing, dude. If you work on lower units in your shop or whatever and you need a little mount, check out LA Boat Works, dude. And their shirts are really sweet. It's actually really comfortable. It's my new favorite shirt. I'm going to put this back, and then I'm going to say something else. So don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere. I'm coming back. Hold on. There's a sticker, too, with more info on it. I'll show you the sticker also. Here, let me get behind you. So sick. Sticker sweet. Everything about it is so sweet. I'm going to put this sticker, dude, I might put this sticker on. I'm throwing it on right now. Everybody chill. I'm throwing it on the tractor. I'm throwing it on the 17.5. Bear with me. Bear with me. Should I throw it on the... Dude, I don't know exactly where I want to put it. Bear with me. The post-credits after party is a way more relaxed approach to things anyway. Okay, I got the sticker. All right. I think this spot right here is perfect. Bingo. LA Boat Works sticker right here. And I gotta say, dude, I don't know what's gotten into me lately, but I've really been enjoying cruising around on this riding mower with the hitch, towing stuff, and whatever. So I want to say that I have a goal in mind. I have a cool goal because there's a lot of neighborhoods around here, so there is an opportunity for this to actually present itself. So this is my new goal. I want to find a boat, honestly anything, a utility trailer, whatever. I want to find something for sale in like a mile radius to here, and I want to pull up on the Arian 17.5. I want to pull up, I want to buy it, and I want to tow it back to the shop. That's what I want to do. If you're new here, there's a pretty sweet hitch on the back. I got it on Amazon for like $24. I'll show it to you after this clip. But right now, dude, I gotta say, I just want to ride around the tractor for now. And I'm going to cruise around on Facebook Marketplace in a very, very small radius to this shop. And I'm going to do my work and try and figure out what I can buy and go pick up with the Arians. So, we've been putting a lot of work in on this thing. She runs great. It's my new favorite thing. Let me make sure my fuel is open. Fuel's all good. Everything's sweet. Let's take her for a little rip, and then let's just get out of here and enjoy the rest of the day, you know? Let's go, brother. This is the hitch that I put on it. It's perfect height and everything for anything I got to tow back here. It's been a lot of fun. It's about the little things in life, you know? I think tomorrow I'm going to rip out the IPB Skiff and I'm going to go fish some docks, chasing some redfish and whatever. I'm going to go load up my lure inventory and try and have some real fun because this Tohatsu deserves some more water time, I would say. The Fish Pro is super dirty. I'm gonna need to get some products to get these hard water spots and all the salt off. So that'll be fun as well. I really enjoy cleaning stuff. So, dude, whatever. I'm having a good time in the shop now. Started off aggravated and spitting some storytelling stuff. And now, it's time to get out of here and just go have some fun. Maybe I'll do donuts in the parking lot on this tractor. Or maybe I'll cut some grass. I don't know. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Dude, I feel jacked wearing these shirts, bro. You should get one of these shirts for that reason alone. I feel jacked.